In this lesson, I'm going to introduce to you the concept of integers and absolute values. Integers are numbers that you are familiar with. For example, the number 1, 2, 3, 4, and so forth. So this ... means it continues on to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, into infinity. Another number that's also an integer is the number 0. And then if you continue to the left, we now have -1, -2, -3, and -4. And that also continues into infinity in the negative direction. Okay, so these are all integers. -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. Remember that 0 is also an integer. Now, we often represent these numbers on a number line, and it looks like this. You draw a horizontal line with arrows on both ends, and you typically start at 0, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then going in the opposite direction, -1, -2, -3, and -4. Okay, so if I asked you to represent the number 2 on the number line, you would put a dot at 2. Or if I asked you to represent the number -3 on the number line, you would put a dot on -3. If I asked you to represent all of the numbers from -4 to 4, then I would add a dot on -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So how does this apply to a real-life situation? Let's say, for example, you are on the first floor of your house and you're going to go up 14 steps to get to the second floor. Going up the 14 steps represents the integer 14. So on the number line, if I wanted to represent the number 14, this is what it would look like. And you notice I'm skipping by 2's, and that's perfectly fine to do. And I put a dot on 14. Now, let's suppose that you're on the first floor and you have a basement and you're going to go down 10 flights of stairs or 10 steps to get down to the basement. You would represent it like this. -10, and then on the number line, you would draw this, start with 0, -2, -4, -6, -8, and -10, and I put a dot right there. So up until this point, every number line that I have drawn, I've included the reference point of 0. That is not necessarily required. For example, if I wanted to represent a number like 112, okay, I'm not going to draw 112 points. So what I might do is start with 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, and then draw the point or the dot on 112. Okay, so now that you understand what integers are, I'm now going to introduce the concept of absolute values. Okay, First, the symbol for absolute value are just these two vertical parallel lines. Okay, so for example, the absolute value of 4 is equal to 4. And then the absolute value of -4 is equal to 4 also. Okay, absolute value of 3 is equal to 3. Absolute value of -3 is equal to 3. So hopefully you're seeing a pattern here that any integer within the absolute value signs automatically become positive. Okay. Another way to explain this is on a number line like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. -1, -2, -3, and -4. Okay. In this first example, the absolute value of 4, all that's saying is the distance from 0 okay, this distance is 4, right? Because if you start at 0, you go to 1, to -1 is 1, to -2 is 2, to -3 is 3, and to -4 is 4. So that's 4. Likewise, the distance from 0 to 4 is also 4. Okay? So basically what the absolute value is saying is that whatever integer is within the absolute value sign represents the number of distance from 0. I hope that made sense. If you were confused with any part of this lesson, feel free to rewind and play this video again. Thank you.